Say hello to IronmanRM, my Ironman shop. After reaching every late game goal on my main after over a year and a half of play and thousands of hours, it was time to up the ante. A Shop Titans account unlike any other. The rules are simple. Absolutely no access to market whatsoever. Gems can only be used to rush furniture or open chests. No unlocking anything with gems. I must wait to unlock at certain levels with gold. No joining a guild unless I am in the top half of players and vests. And lastly, I will have access to Royal Merchant and the Academy, so I can create runestones for enchantments and repair the gear that I will inevitably need to craft for my own heroes. I do not know what lies ahead, but I am so excited for a brand new challenge with obstacles to overcome. I hope you are too. Let's go. Well, welcome to episode 10 of the IronmanRM series. I have not recorded anything for about 2 weeks. And finally, of course, level 60 is done. Expansion is fully in the works here, and things look a lot different than they did before. But I just want to talk through some things now that we're finally level 60. Here's kind of what my thoughts are. I put more bins out than normally I would. I think at level 60, normally I would play this different, but because I don't have market, crafting is going to be the easiest way for me to get XP, of course, that and questing. And so now that I have one of each hero, I have all 18 heroes, and they're all getting close to, I think 26 is my lowest level. Things are getting pretty interesting because I'm actually able to craft faster than I'm able to get components. Everything, of course, like I've said, tier 7 and under is completely mastered. And so now as I look forward, it's basically like, okay, how do I just get XP as quickly as possible? I don't care about gold so much. There's only a couple more things I can even spend gold on. I'm going to have one more pet for 50 million. I'm not going to do any more basement upgrades. There's, of course, going to be the normal upgrades. If I go up to 4 of each tier 3 bin, which I might do at some point in the future when I need more tier 3, those are 50 mil a piece. I mean, other than just investments and normal upgrades, I don't have a whole lot to even spend gold on, so gold isn't the issue now. And so when I'm selling, basically, I'm not trying to surcharge everything, but I'm just small talking, selling normally, and then using the energy to speed up crafts, and then just trying to get through XP as quickly as possible. That's it. So I think the calculations from this point on are basically how can I get as many components as possible in as little time as possible, get my heroes to the point that, you know, they're geared up, they're able to do quests super efficiently, get me tons of components so that I'm able to put those into items and sell them. So that's basically it from this point on. Also, I do have a few slots that I'm still able to get. In 4 levels, I can get one more character slot or like one more hero slot. In 8 levels, there's another one after that. I can get one more crafting slot at 65. When you look at my crafting as well, it's so weird because so often I actually run out of components. And so I've just been unbookmarking stuff that I don't have the components for. Of course, I'm transferring chests over as much as I possibly can to components, so I'm not running out as much, but then I'm running out of moonstones. So I have actually been crafting moonstones quite often because then I can use those to transfer chests for more components. But of course, making the moonstones costs components as well. So it's kind of like use components to transfer chests to then get more components. So King's Caprice starts in a couple of days here. Maybe it's even tomorrow night. So we'll be doing that for the next week. And I think my updates will be much fewer and far between as we go forward into this account. So that's it for now. And maybe I'll see you guys in a week when Caprice is over, so show you guys how far we've come. And we go from there. So I will see you then. We are nearing the end of month 4 on the account. 2 billion invested, 4.2 billion net, 250 mastered. Finished King's Caprice last week and got 6.5 million. So got the shards on that. And in 1 hour, Tower of Titans will be done. This is my first Delta Tower, and we finished 25 floors. So did extremely well compared to what I thought was going to happen. So very happy there. The only other major change that's been happening recently is that I've been working on getting a Polonia team up and running. And so basically the ones with the P, so I've got 3 rogue type heroes, and I'm going with the highest evasion. We're going all mammoth for the defense and the threat, and then I'm going to be downgrading the weapons for these as well. So this is the second one, and the third one we're going to be going with this guy here. We're going to downgrade all the weapons, all of these have like health and defense in terms of what I'm stacking on them as much as possible anyways. And so at this point, I'm getting 15 items almost every single quest. The survivability, from what I know, is in the 90 percentile, which is great. And then we're just trying to get the rounds as long as possible to almost guarantee 15 items every time. So I've been messing around with it a little bit, still have to downgrade the weapons and do some fine tuning, but overall things are looking really good in terms of getting that Polonia team, because that means that every 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I'm doing sunken easy, which I just started doing here. And with that and my 3 rogue Polonia team, we're getting 15 items every couple of hours, and they're always tier 9 or tier 10. It's about a 2-to-1 ratio in favor of tier 10. So that's going to be a massive benefit to the account. Obviously, 15 items is the highest I can get with Polonia right now because she's only rank 4. Once we get to rank 7, it'll be max of 20 items. So that'll be a huge focus for us going forward, but I think that's going to help a ton with the account. Everything tier 7 and under, like I've said, is mastered, and working on tier 8s, tier 9s, and some enchants for the moment as well. And all of the gear on my heroes basically has now been changed over to be like pack items or just random low quality things, high tier things that NPCs have sold me, and I've just fully enchanted it with all tier 9 enchants and bear spirits. So pretty happy with how they've been performing, and that's it for now. I'll probably see you in a couple weeks with another update. See you then. Well, it's been a few weeks since I've updated anything. We are about a week into our 5th month of play on the account now. We just hit level 63 on the account, so only 7 levels to go until everything's completed. Super exciting. We finally finished our first ever guild event. This is the first time we've ever fully completed any event with the guild. It took us almost 4.5 months, but I'm super happy to say we are done with our first ever completed event. So super happy about that. Things are going pretty well in terms of XP and crafting and all that stuff. We only have 6 more tier 8s to go, and everything tier 8 and below will be done, and then we'll be moving on to tier 9s and finishing off the tier 9 enchants and that sort of thing. All of our bins are getting to the point that they're all level 8 or level 9 or level 10. I think all of them are now, so hopefully I'll be getting all of these to level 11 soon. They'll obviously be getting their new size at that point, and then probably I'll be switching out one more shelf or rack or whatever to one more tier 3 resource potentially at some point soon as well. So I think that's it for now. Well, another week has gone by. We are less than a day from King's Caprice being completed. We're only 700k away, so we will be done King's Caprice as a guild for the first time ever, which I'm super excited for. We'll finally be totally done this event, which is awesome. We only have 1,650 more gems to go until we've got our 4K for our donut expansion. Once we finally hit 70, that'll be the goal. So that's pretty exciting as well. Check out crafts. We actually only have one more item that's tier 8 or below that's not mastered. Everything else that we're working on is tier 9 enchants, tier 9, tier 10 items. And so our focus again is just on XP, but questing is going to be changing up completely to the new quest area, and I think from there basically all that we're going to be doing is figuring out what the most efficient XP per component is, have an item that goes with each component that's really efficient XP for that specific item, and go from there. So right now for wood and for these items, we've got these 2 ascended. It's going to be our best option for a reasonable area to be questing, to be doing that consistently and transferring all of the chests into components so I can make XP as quickly as possible. They both use the same component. There's no components for their pre-crafts, and one uses ether and one uses jewels. So these are going to be 2 of a focus item. Polonia runs, of course, have still been running really smoothly with 15 items per quest every 2.5 hours or so, and we're only about 53 million away from level 64, at which point we'll get our second dancer probably. This is the first time that we'll have more than one type of hero. Right now we have 1 of each type, 18 heroes. So at this point now I think it's just going to be an easy grind towards endgame. I don't think I'm going to go all the way up to tier 11. Quest area is going to be way too difficult. Sigils are going to be nearly impossible to get and make, and it's just not feasible for me to to get all the way up there. It's just going to slow down XP so much. My heroes are going to take forever to do it, and I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. Might go into tier 10 a little bit simply because if you go to components that we've got lots of the components for tier 10s, just because that's the quest area I've been going to with Polonia for the higher tiered items that I'm getting. And so we'll probably be using these just for extra XP when we're out of the lower components, but that's really it. So tier 10 will slowly get worked on, but for the most part we'll be focusing tier 9, focusing high XP per component, and we go from there. So anyway, I don't know, next episode may just end up being our pre-finale. This one we got from 60 to 63, and we may be getting into the high 60s in the next one. So we'll see how that goes, but really looking forward to this thing being done. Huge progress, very happy, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Love you all. Have a great week.